Alrighty, guys. Well, I had a huge weekend. Um, Absolutely massive. What was that? Backwoods. Backwoods Chainsaw Battle at the Holbert Freedom Festival, up past the bridge. I think if I recall on the road signs or whatever, I think it was around 27 miles from Newberry, up there in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I went there, never, last time I crossed the bridge, I was a little tiny kid standing on the floorboard of my grandpa's 79 Chevy with both hands on the dash because it had bucket seats. My grandpa was sitting, driving. My grandma was sitting in the other seat. I had to sit there and, hold my hands up on the dash, and that's how we crossed that bridge. That was a long time ago. The closest I had been to the bridge was probably Petoskey, and that was 25 years ago with me and my wife. So it's been 25 years since me and my wife had took it off together on a road trip and just went up north. My wife come with me. That was awesome. The first day up there, I just spent the day with her. We did things, and then the second day she watched me race and stuff. It was on the race was on 4th of July. They had a parade. That was kind of cool seeing that parade with all the positivity. I think that town, it's a pretty small town, really small town. I think that town was based off from, was funded from originally like a logger community or whatever. So chainsaws is a big, huge portion of history to that place. And yeah, we went to, I think it was a ball field or something, maybe for all the kids to play at or whatever, where the race was put on. And I stayed. I'm not even gonna try to Amican or whatever. I don't know. I stayed at this place right there. Me and the wife did, and I think these guys helped put it on too. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know John Cox was part of that whole event. He asked me to go to it, and we fudged the bills enough so we could go up there and come back. And I know things are really tight, but we'll work through it. But over the years, I've been to, I don't know, a few races. I've taken like third place with my shin, I think in 2023 at Sawfest. I've done some fourth place, we've done some like, I don't know, like get-togethers or whatever where I've done really good too. But this was the first time ever bracket racing, and that was different. Normally you go up, you run your run for like say 3 cube, you run your run. That is your time. If you screw up, you get DQ'd. Run what you brung, you race it, you get your time, and then everybody else goes through and does their thing, and then they tally it up. It doesn't work that way in bracket racing. You got 2 opponents. We go head to head. The winner of that round goes to the next round to battle again. And I don't know. Normally when I go up to, I'm not a very social person. I get clammy. I don't do well in crowds. I never have. In fact, I use my YouTube channel to try to, as a mechanism to try to help get me better. And I'm sure that those longtime viewers that have been around, I'm sure you've watched me come out of my shell. I'm way better than I used to be. But I got to go up there, see sceneries that I've never seen, met people I've never met, got to race. The just overall pleasant experience, and it was fun going up, running, and I talked to my buddy Nate. I've done him three echoes, maybe 4. I think he's got 3. I helped him with his 365. having a little bit of brain. I don't know how many of my saws he's got, but he went up there. He brought his 4 cube and 3 cube that I helped him with, and I told him he could run my 372 and my 395, and I spurred him up with my sprockets, and I felt bad because he had to keep transferring his bar on every race or whatever, but we had a killer time. Typically I get shaky, nervous, all kinds of stuff there. Something happened. My first 3 cube run with stickers, I had the Felling Dogs on it, and I was actually up against John's dad, which I feel bad for knocking him out, but honestly it might have been a good thing because I had a couple hiccups. I caught my dogs 3 times. My Felling Dogs caught me 3 times, which significantly slowed my time down, but I was still able to win that heat. And then we got back there, and then my buddy Nate's like, dude, pull the dogs. I was like, I'll be all right. And he convinced me to pull the dogs, and I'm glad I did, because that was the only saw I had dogs on. And then I went out there and I had a couple more rusty runs, I guess, but something happened. Somewhere along the lines, a switch flipped. I lost all fear. I've never raced like that in my life. What video footage that I've seen, and I'm expecting more to come in, I have never done so well executing my runs. Even if I had a hiccup, like say if I did my undercut when I touched and I wasn't happy with it, I was able to just quickly bring it up and just pull harder on the upcut. I felt bad every time I ran. I knocked their stands loose. I was pulling up so hard on my saws, which it made up for my shortcomings on my racing ability. My saws did most of the work, I think. But however, I did run as smooth as I've never ran so smooth in my life before at a race, and then it started becoming fun. And sooner or later, me and Nate had to cross paths, and then like he knocked me out. He took first place in 5 cube. I took 3rd place. He knocked me out with my own saw, and that's something to be said too. But, I haven't talked much about this saw. I built this for Clone Wars, and I wasn't after huge power. This saw only makes 7.8 horse. That's over 5 foot-pounds of torque, but it's higher strung. My 461 makes over, I think it's like 9.3, 9.4, something like that. It's a really good, fast, strong saw, but believe it or not, this 372 is faster than my 461. So it's not always about horsepower. But I couldn't believe, I don't know if it was luck, I don't know. It's never happened to me racing before in my life. In the 3 cube, Nate got first place. The Shendaiowa took 2nd place, and I put stickers in 3rd place. That shocked me right there. That I normally don't do that good. The rules were 66 cc, and they said it can be plus or minus a cc. The 466.7, they allowed me to run it in there as 4 cube, which that's the first time I was ever able to do that. That saw was on fire. Like I couldn't believe the runs I was getting with that thing. And every time I run it, it was faster than the run before. It was unbelievable. There was a slight hiccup in the last race for the battle between 1st and 2nd place. I won the race, but I did not get the trophy, and I'm not mad about it. The other contestant only did 2 cuts, but I guess the 400 put on such a good show that it distracted them, and somehow or another it slipped through, and he got his time for 2 cookies. I've talked to the gentleman. He knows about it too, but mistakes happen. I'm not mad about it. I believe John and I think everybody there that was helping out, I think it was all voluntary. The day was hot. It was long. Uh, Problems happen. These people are trying their best to get us through. I think some things, like if they put it on next year, I think they need to have a little powwow and talk to all the racers, and maybe talk to some of the fans that were in the stands. I think things could be like they ran the bounty log first. I don't think I would have done that. To me, that got pretty boring pretty quick. I think that should have been at the end of the show, or maybe you ran 3-4 cube, and then while you're switching cants out or something, getting ready for the next two classes, they could have done the first preliminary series of the cuts, and then after the 4 and 5 cube or 5 and 6 cube, they could have, if anybody wanted a rerun or whatever, they could go up, pay their $5 and then do it again, and then go into the hot saws. Then after the hot saws, they could just have finished the night out on the rest of the bounty log. That's how I would have liked to seen it, but it could be, or it just could have all been at the end of it. The bounty log to me was pretty boring, and I think some of the crowd lost a little bit of interest early on the bounty log, but where the action, where the crowd was getting into it was, the heads up racing. I think some things need to be ironed out. I'm not mad I didn't get my trophy. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I was thrilled with how I performed. I feel bad I knocked Nate out. He had his 365 there. I feel bad, but he returned I knocked him out in 4 cube. He turned around, knocked me out in 5 cube, and then I turned around and knocked him out in 6 cube. So if I understood everything correctly, I placed 3rd in 3 cube. Technically 1st, but due to a technicality, timing issue, or judgment call, or however you want to look at it, mistakes happen. I'm not, I've been to several other races where times have been flipped and other people have got other people's times, all sorts of stuff. It's not that big a deal to me. There was no cash payout. It didn't matter to me. I was there having an absolute time of my life. It was fun. So I placed 3rd place in 3 cube, 1st/2nd place, however you want to look at it, in 4 cube, and then 5 cube I placed 3rd from what they told me, and then 6 cube I took 1st place with the Chinesium 660 with a limited coil in it, and this ain't even my saw. I sold this saw to a viewer, and I knew he, in fact, I've got the same viewer donated a 660 kit saw that I'm going to do super bad things to sometime when I get caught up, but he told me to hang on to this and not ship it to him. He told, until after Sawfest, just in case I don't get one done. He wants me to run this at Sawfest too, so that's awesome. But this saw was blazing fast. I think one of my times I laid down there was a 6190 with me running it. I couldn't believe it, but yeah. So I took 3rd and 3, 1st or 2nd, however you want to look at it, in 4, 3rd and 5th, 1st and 6th, and then I ran the 400 in the 4 cube and 5 cube hot saw, and they told me I took 3rd and 2nd, I think there, and then I ran the 660 in the 6 cube hot saw and made it into 3rd place, and then we had the final overall heat or whatever, and then I won the overall and won. I'll show you. I won this chainsaw. I won this chainsaw right here, and I believe it was ported by John Cox, one of them Pro 372s. So that's like the first time I've ever won anything. So I had an absolute blast. I think I want to go back into the 461, tweak a few things. I loaned Stickers 2.0. Oh, I won the final, whatever the heck you want to call it, It was me and Nate, and I think I beat Nate by 2/10 or 2/100. I can't recall, but anyway, beat my buddy, which felt bad. With the 2.0, I did race up. I loaned this out to a viewer of the channel. I loaned it out there, and me and him were on the same heat or whatever, and I think he threw his chain. I didn't want to win that way, but I mean, sometimes shit happens in a race. But I tell you guys, I don't know what happened. The last 3 weeks I have felt I've got my blood pressure under control. I'm still passing lots of debris. I don't know what's up with that. I've probably passed a sandbox today. It's just coming out in like sediment and particles. It's like black and brown and gold beach sand. Sediment that I'm getting out of my kidneys. But hey, I'd rather pass stuff that small instead of them 6 millimeter jobs. I'll take sand any day. But I'm feeling better. Like, my energy level's coming up. I'm feeling better. And maybe that helped me, going from the log from the wood to the saw and back. Because the video clips I've seen, I don't think I was any slower from the wood to the saw and back to the wood than any of the other racers out there. Maybe faster than some of them. And every saw that I ran there had 87 32-to-1 in it. Every one of them had a 9-pin stock out of the box chain, except for the Shin had an 8-pin, and the 2 stickers had 7 pins on them. And I wonder if that was a mistake on my part. I wonder if I should have 8-pinned it with the type of wood we were cutting. Maybe I could have made it into second place. And for those that say that you guys would get a kick out of this, those that say that these Echoes are not firewood saws, my buddy Nate runs this tree service, and he's got 150 tanks of gas through that 4910 that he also races whenever he goes to a race. So he uses that saw daily in his tree work, and then he turns around and smacks a little bit leaner tune on it and a fresh chain and races it when he goes to events, and it does really, really well. So, my 400, absolutely, that thing was on fire, guys. I swear, it's like my hands were there, ready, set, go. I remember grabbing the saw, and it seemed like I blinked, and then when I blinked again, I was picking my cookies up. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. That 400 was on fire. In fact, that 400 is significantly faster than my 461. After my first run, I almost ditched the 461 and went back to my 400. But I have put so much work, effort, time, and energy. This saw owed me some racing, because every time I've took it to a race or a get together, something has happened to it. Whether it be something stupid or fuel related, and this time around she ran flawlessly. Now I just gotta tweak my formula just a little bit more. I think it's a nasty saw, but my 400's nastier. Now I suspect if we were cutting 20 by 20s or something, it would probably flip flop. But not gonna touch stickers. I'm just gonna leave stickers alone. I'm probably gonna leave 2.0 alone. I'm just going to leave them 2 saws alone. The Shin, I'm going to pop my air filter back off and put the Shin back in stock trim again. Hang it up on the shelf. I got 2 experimental ones over there going on. I've got my other experimental one at my buddy's house. He's working on my pipe for me. I do want to build another 6 cube. I want to dive back in to my 395 and change things up. I am going to be selling that Cox Work Saw ported cylinder that's on that white and black one. So if someone's looking for a ported Pro cylinder, I believe those Pro cylinders on them are of a different quality than the normal Farmer Tech ones. At least the last one I did was much harder plating. But I will be selling that top end off that. And I think John says he charges $350 for a port job. I need to recoup some funds from this trip. If somebody wanted that top end, I don't know. I'm open to offers on it. I don't even know what to offer on it. I'm just gonna pick up another shine. Actually, what's gonna happen is the fiber fiber colored parts off that saw are going to be going onto another crankcase that's going to get powder coated black, and the top end off this saw is going to go on that, and that's going to be Nate's personal 5 cube. And then I'm going to take this saw and see if I can tweak my formula and see if I can get even a few more 100 RPMs and cut speed out of it. But yeah, that's the wife was there supporting me, and it was funny. She, after a couple of the races, I come back up to sit down next to her, and she's like, "What are you doing different than I've seen in your other videos?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you're kicking ass." It's like, she's like, "You normally suck," and I'm like, "Well, I drug your butt all the way up here. Maybe you're my lucky charm." So I think she needs to come with me to Sawfest and see if that luck transfers over into Sawfest, because they say every dog has its day, and I say a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, and this blind squirrel happened to find a whole stash of nuts on Saturday. I was speechless. I have never run like that in my life. Once they send me the footage, I will release it. But I want to get, not mad at all about the 400 mix-up hiccup. Things happen. Everybody's trying to do the best they can. It's super confusing at an event. You got racers coming up, pestering the timing girls, wanting to know their times, which I understand. Every racer wants to know their times and stuff, but it puts extra load on them. They're just everybody. I think that whole thing was put on voluntarily. So a huge shout out for that. I'm not mad about it. Here's my six cube, and for whatever reason their 6 cube is 92 cc's all the way to 120 cc's, and I was in 3 cube or 6 cube hot saw. I think I was up against a 140 cc saw, but so I'm missing one of these, and I think John told me they're going to be mailing me like wooden plaques or something. I don't know. I'm supposed to get my other placement, my second place, and whatever, all the other plaques, whatever. And we'll just find a spot somewhere in the garage. But even though I didn't get my other first place one, it doesn't bother me. But it did feel good having 3 echoes in the 3 cube. First, second, third spot, and it felt good knowing that my other 2 saws took first, and then my 2 saws I ran took first. It felt, I don't know how to describe the feeling, but once I get footage, I guess I'll probably drop them in as shorts or something, I guess, because it'll probably just be a little short. I don't know if I want to try to edit and string a video together. I gotta get things rolling. I gotta get this mess from the trip taken care of. I gotta get all my tools back unpacked, and I gotta start on Nate Blakesley's saw. And I think before I do that one, another gentleman I'm doing a 395 for, I think he's got a race coming up on the 18th. I think I'm going to try to bust that out and then do Nate's saw. And then I got to do my buddy's 501. And then I got a 462 that I got to tear down and assess if I can do something with what's in there, or if I got to have him buy a new top end. He's my good buddy though, so it if I have to put his on the waiting list. I got a 291. I got to swap out oil pump and all that stuff on for another another guy. I got a 395 over here that's got a bunch of stripped out bolts and screws and stuff that I got to fix for a logger. I got a 461 I got to fix, and a 441 I got to fix. So I got some repairs I gotta do. But if someone's interested in that Cox Performance work saw cylinder, I think I got a text from the other day. I didn't look at the numbers, but I think I got a list of what the numbers are on it. Just hit me up either Facebook Messenger, or if you got my number, shoot me a text, or if chbriscoe@gmail.com if you're interested in that. I don't think I want to get rid of the whole saw, because I don't know if I'm dying. I don't know if I'm dying that tank black or the orange tank that's coming in, but I don't know. Oh, I will get rid of that full wrap that's on that too, because that's going to become, if I keep it, it's going to become a toy, and I don't like full wraps on my race saws. So if someone wants a full wrap for a Clone 372, I would sell that wrap. I don't know what it's worth. Throw me an offer on it, plus whatever the shipping is, or if you're close by, I want to stop out and get it. I don't need it. I'll buy a, I don't know, a normal hoop for it. I think I might have one. Might be a beat up one, but I don't know. I don't know what's in store for the rest of that carcass. I'll probably make a video. I'll probably do a run video of it, so you guys can see what it runs like, and then, I don't want to pull it off the saw until someone's ready to buy it, because I don't know when I'm going to get around to putting that saw together. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Another upcoming project is a good viewer donated this to the channel, and this is from Hot Fire Saws, I believe, where he purchased it from. But I'll be doing bad things to this. I'm actually quite surprised on how nice this thing looks. I don't know if it's coming off as red in the camera, but it's actually orange, but it's a slightly different orange than Echo. It's almost like a reddish orange. But I'm gonna pick up I want to pick up a 325 Nano kit for that and try that. Plus I got that other 50cc saw I'm working on. I still have a 4910 that I built before going to the race that I got to test run, drain of fluids, and ship it out. Might do that this weekend. I gotta get stuff cleaned up and get rolling. But I wanted to make you some kind of footage. Absolutely blown away. Got mad respect for everybody that showed up there and raced. It's just, what happened to me there doesn't even seem real. The real kicker is I really want to find out what happened. I'd like to watch the footage when I get it, so I can kind of see where all of a sudden a switch flipped. I had no jitters, nothing. I mean, I went up there, put my hands on the thing, did what I had to do, and executed it as best as my ability that I think I could ever possibly execute. I have never raced like that in my life, so I don't know what happened. We had no cell service up there, so my kids couldn't bombard me with stress. The wife was with me, so she couldn't bombard me with stress, knowing that I'm off doing chainsaw shenanigans, and she's back at home getting mad, and sometimes that's on the back of my brain when I go to an event or something, what kind of shit show I got to deal with when I get back home. So she was there rooting me on, and she actually had a good time. I most definitely want to get her down to Sawfest with me. I think Nate's having a race. I think he said he's about 6 hours away. I don't know if I'll be able to come up with the money to make that one, but we've got a piggy bank we've been stashing the Sawfest money into, so hopefully we can have Sawfest money when we go. But I gotta bust a racer 395 out. Gotta bust a racer Poland something. I think it's a 415 maybe, or I don't know, one of them 65cc older Polands. I haven't even took it out of the box yet. And then I got to bust a 501 out for my buddy. And then I don't know. I got to test run that under 4910. All this stuff's got to get put up. I ain't even figured out where yet. I just picked up another workbench too that I was debating on selling my tire machine, making some room over there, moving stuff around, and maybe getting rid of some stuff over there and scooching these cabinets down and getting rid of that toolbox over there so I can have two benches side by side. I don't know. I got a lot going on, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. My health appears to be going in the right direction because, like I said, the last 3 weeks I have felt better now than I have in the last 2 years, maybe 3. I'm getting a little bit of pep back in my step. My hip is killing me. My hip's bad anyway. They told me I needed a hip replacement 7 years ago, and I just won't do it. But my hip is not feeling the greatest. I probably overworked it or something there. My calves are hurting too. I don't know. They feel real tight. Might be all the bending around and all that. But I had an absolute hoot. Me and my wife needed that reset. I think my buddy Nate needed that reset. He had a hoot. Like I said, I can't believe my saws did that well, and I can't believe we did that well. That's never worked out that way for me before. That's kind of scary, actually. But man, was it a lot of fun. I don't think I'm putting dogs on anything I race anymore, though, because they've screwed me more times than not. So I think we'll pull them off. I think I lost the ones for. I think I left the shin. I loaned the shin out. I didn't get them back. He said he's going to mail them to me, and then I might have left. I might have left the stickers dogs down there. Actually, I think I sat them on the bunk. I might not even grab them. They might be on the road somewhere, but. It's not that big a deal on stickers because stickers is pretty much a dedicated race saw. So same with this one. So yeah, but I greatly appreciate everybody that put that event on. I was very blessed to go there and have a good time. So that's the update on my weekend. Let me know what you guys think. I'll have to when I get footage, I'll put it out there. I don't know what else to talk about. It was fun. Bracket racing is fun. As long as you're winning your heat. I might not be so fun if you go out and get knocked out real quick, but what I thought was fun for me was I got to race more that race than I think I have than all the races I've ever went to combined together. That was fun. Like, absolutely fun. So, but in bracket racing, not always the fastest saw wins. So take that into consideration too. You just got to beat your opponent. So yeah. So you guys take it easy. Have a good one, and I've blibber blabbered on here enough.